Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm currently recording this video in the north of Spain on the east coast, near some of the national parks and the mountains, and you can probably hear in the background all the birds and the bugs and maybe even the crunchy of gravel. But I'm afraid that's what comes with trying to record videos on the road. So basically what this video is a compilation video of everything that I've filmed with the GoPro so far. And I hope you enjoy it and watch as I go through England, France, Andorra and Spain in this video. England and France are actually remarkably similar. There was just lots of motorway driving for the first few days. It got a little bit more interesting as I got a bit further south into the Loire Valley and places near Troyes and camping Lac du Marcenais, where I had my first night. France is a great place, and understanding a bit more French this time made my experience a lot more enjoyable than it has been in the past. I also met some fantastic people and I was fed very well. On my first night I was given homemade soup with beer and a kind of barley stir fry. It was very good, very good. Lots of Dutch travellers through France as well. It's been very nice to meet everyone, and I've been treated with complete hospitality wherever I've been so far. The video also doesn't do justice to the incredible weather that I've had the whole way down. Hardly a spot of rain apart from at night, which doesn't matter because I'm in the tent, and it's just been blazing heat. To be honest, I'm looking for a break. It reached 40 degrees yesterday in Spain, outside of my riding suit. I don't even want to know what it was on the inside. Suffice to say, I'm ready for a dunk in the sea or something, anything to cool down. The GoPro overheats quite regularly, and my phone doesn't hold charge anymore for that long. I think it's because the battery's being affected by the heat too. However, I'm not complaining. It's better than snow. The European roads and scenery have been completely remarkable. It's so nice to get a break from traffic and people and kind of fairly samey English countryside. I'm sure I'm going to be missing it in a few months' time, but for now, the mountains and hills of France, Andorra and Spain have been absolutely fantastic and very rewarding to ride through and camp in. This is the first video that I've tried to record with the iPad, and I probably should have treated myself to a bit of practice before I left the UK. It's taken me a lot longer than it used to when I was just working on my computer. The challenges are slightly different, and it's also hard to not just have that constant source of power. I'm in a campsite at the moment which has got electricity, but having to recharge the camera a couple of times, you know, when I've been filming and uploading the footage, there are just a couple of extra challenges that I wasn't really expecting. But with a bit of practice and time, I'm sure I'll become a bit more fluid with editing and recording all the audio for my videos. The time now recording this is 3:30 and I started at about 10. If anyone has any useful hints or tips or advice on recording apps to use for the iPad or any kind of editing apps, I'm really all ears to any suggestion at the moment. Anything to make this process a little bit easier and also to create better quality videos. I'm sure I'll get better with time, but any shortcuts are much appreciated. In this footage you can see me practicing my motorcycle U-turn. Completely intentional, and I wasn't lost. Honest. Apart from complications with the video editing and recording process, life on the road is actually going remarkably well. I'm being fed well, I'm having a lot of sleep, having a really good time, having a lot of fun. And the bike is doing well too. It's running through oil and its tyres a little bit quicker than I was expecting, but that's no problem. When I get down to the southern tip of Spain in about 4 or 5 days, I'll just make sure that she's well serviced and has new filters and tyres and has an oil change before we head over to Africa. At the current rate, I predict that my back tyre will have finished by the time I get to Dakar, which is where I was originally planning on changing it. But there we go. I was expecting the unexpected. I wasn't. And yeah, live and learn, life on the road. The video that you're watching now is from the start of the Loire Valley. It's an absolutely stunning place in France, kind of towards the south and to the west of the Ardèche Valley, and it's absolutely brilliant. Kind of little hills, it looks pretty English to be honest, and lots of little rivers running everywhere with very scenic chocolate box villages. Lovely. And here is the foothills of the Pyrenees, a mountain range that I've never been to before, and it was absolutely spectacular. You can see that the roads are twisting and following the curvature of the mountains. They look fantastic, very little traffic, and completely unique. A little bit like the Alps in that they're mountains, but with a very different character. If you haven't been before, you definitely should. I've never seen what they're like in the snow, but apparently there's good skiing here too. I wasn't that impressed with Andorra. It felt a little bit like a tourist trap, which is unfortunate. The picture that I had in my mind was a little mountain kingdom nestled between peaks, and what I actually got was 50 petrol stations within a mile, and everyone was trying to sell me cheap alcohol and cigarettes. It was quite sad, but the rest of the Pyrenees was fantastic.
Et voilà. And scenic bike shot.
I accidentally rushed through this area. I really should have spent a bit more time and really looked around a bit more. I left my camp and meant to find another one within about 50 miles or 100 miles, but accidentally rode the whole way out and down to the national park on the east coast. It's a pity, and it's a fantastic area that I'll have to come back and explore in the near future. Near future meaning after my trip, so in quite a few months' time, but I'll have to come back with the bike and do it all again. This is footage of me following a Croatian biker called Thomas through Andorra before it got really touristy. As you can see, the mountains are absolutely stunning, and that was before we'd even stopped for a coffee. Here is some of the footage that I got from the Pyrenees on the Spanish side. I've got plenty more, but out here in the Spanish heat the GoPro is starting to fry, and I'm going to have to find another way of uploading it to YouTube. I'm thinking of getting a micro SD to lightning adapter so I can put the SD card straight into the iPad. I'll see how that goes, and I'll upload all the rest of the footage in the next video.
very, very warm. 40 degrees outside the monkey suit, let alone what's inside it. Ah, it smells really bad. It's the most scenic wee I've ever had though. Anyway, right, on the road.
And there we are. I hope you've enjoyed this next instalment of the Cameron's Travels series. Keep an eye out for the next video. Remember to watch out for the daily updates on the Facebook page, and also download the app Polar Steps, which has a uses the GPS tracker on my phone to follow me everywhere I go. Thank you very much. See you next time.